This 2019 C7 ZR1 7-speed manual transmission ZTK, also equipped with the competition sport seats, currently at 240 miles on the odometer, done in ceramic matrix gray. It's evening here, so we have it somewhat in the sun, somewhat in the shade. You'll kind of see, hopefully in the video here, how the color has some white, some gray, and a little bluish tint to it. It is a gorgeous color, one that is, and I've been saying this for a while, really hard to capture, really hard to picture. I don't think a lot of people have an appreciation for how great this color is until they see it in person, because when you see it maybe online, it looks almost white, but it is definitely not. You have that gray and that bluish tint to it. Goes so well with the ZR1 logo on the hood to match with your blue calipers, and then as you go inside, you have your competition sport seats with the blue stitching. So with the wheels, you have your carbon flash wheels. Really goes well with all the carbon fiber that is known for the C7 ZR1s. And if you're talking about carbon fiber and you start up front with your splitter, that's all carbon fiber. Part of the ZTK package would be the winglets that are attached to the side. They are not on here. Still factory wrapped in bubble wrap, never assembled. You have your carbon fiber hood, and we'll pop the hood for you guys so you can check out that LT5 supercharged engine, giving you 755 horsepower, 715 pounds of torque. And that was not only a 1 year only motor for this car, but they are no longer making this motor even for crate motors. So awesome way for the Corvette to kind of have its final moment as a front engine. Couple that with the manual transmission, low production numbers, and that is why the C7 ZR1s are doing so well and on everyone's radar for a collector grade car. Kind of reminiscent of the C2 generation of the Corvettes. Those were the best years for the Vets. A lot of people think that that was kind of the peak for the muscle car era, sports car era at that time, and they're kind of relating that to the C7s of our time with the front engines and the manual transmission. So all the carbon fiber here on your blower to cover that supercharged engine. LT5 motor really is just an awesome motor. GM did such a great job, not only on the motor, but the overall build of these ZR1s. As you walk back, you'll see the big wing. That's all carbon fiber too, with your high brackets. Your exhaust with their 4 pipes. The sound, the cold starts of these ZR1s are like anything. Sounds so good, so much sound right up off the start. You have 3 different exhaust modes. You have sport, touring, and track mode. You put it in that track mode, has a good, healthy sound to it. As you move to the inside, you have your competition sport seats with the Alcantara, which I really like. That's the suede portion of those seats, and the steering wheel. Gives it a different feel if you're driving, and a different look rather than just the full leather. Blue stitching, again, everything just kind of flows really well on this car. Some people, may have optioned it to go white. The blue, definitely a better choice. And we were doing the video before on the Sebring Orange car and said that if you just checked Sebring Orange off, it kind of took care of everything in terms of making sure everything flowed. But the person who spec'd this, it wasn't as easy. You really had to go through every detail. So when you see ones that flow like this, it really stands out, because a lot of them weren't spec'd that way. They were done by dealers with leftover orders because the C8 was on everybody's radar. These cars were being discounted at the time, which is crazy to think. But that brings me to my next point of, so many people now think that collector cars are going to be made and produced, but they're not. They are made organically. You can't just make a collector car. We've seen that with so many other examples in the last couple years. And this is a perfect example of a car that was organically made to be a collector car. You only have 744 manual transmissions in the C7 ZR1 for a coupe, an additional 144 convertibles. When you take that number down to 580 some that have the ZTK package, comp seats, then if you want ones that are well maintained, haven't been tracked, haven't been abused, aren't really high mile cars or considered driver quality, that number is really, really low. And now you're starting to get to the point where people are looking for specific colors. And when that happens, it's nearly impossible to find what people are looking for. And we've seen that with the C6 ZR1s, that Jetstream blue is bringing such a high premium compared to other colors. And when you start looking at the C7 production numbers and some of the colors that are out there, you can start to see why some of the colors are going to be in higher demand or at a premium more than the other colors. Ceramic Matrix being one that was produced with only 125 total coupes. That does not take into consideration transmission, does not take into consideration if it has a ZTK package or the comp seats, or like I just mentioned, the 7-speed manual transmission. So about 30% of these cars were built with a manual transmission. You had 2,953 that were totally produced. So if you just break it down, out of the 125, you're looking at somewhere around 40 ceramic matrix gray sticks. How many of those were equipped with the ZTK comp seats? And then as you go around this car, like I said, the carbon flash wheels, as well as the mirrors, your blue calipers, competition sports seats with the blue stitching, the Alcantara. There's not an option on this car that I would change or switch out. Not many ceramic matrix grays done like this. We've had the car since 2020. I've yet to really see another example like this in this color that is as low miles or as well spec'd and built. So if you're looking for a high-end collector grade example for a ZR1, this is definitely one that's going to check all the boxes. If you haven't already, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, be on the lookout for what we have coming your way. Also, if there's anything out there people are looking to sell, let us know. Hit us up at our email,